steel and it is process. The steel process is going to be present by me. Hello, my name is Mozqueda Salvio. To have steel, you need your raw material iron. I am going to talk from how iron is obtained and also how the big iron is obtained. Because having these two raw materials, you can have steel. The technological process for obtaining steel are carried out in furnaces, both electrical, Benz hammer, and Thomas converters. We want to have steel. The steel is obtained by two basic raw materials, obtained from ore in blast furnace installation and scrap both ferrous and stainless. Obtained sponge iron is of greater purity than pig iron is produced in calcination furnace and blast furnace. Iron needs to be refined to become useful material for different objects or artificial its back iron or commercial steel. Process in electric arc furnace can use almost 100% metal scrap as the first subject, according to a study by Steel Recycling Institute in the year 2000. The first process is the extraction of the mineral. Mines and scrap yards used by the companies extracting iron. At this very step, I am going to talk about the objective to separate the part of the ore that has iron, ore, from the air, rocks, and other impurities, ganga. For this, we must perform the following operation. First step. The first step will be to explode the rock, for example, with dynamite. Second step. The material released from the explosion is loaded onto trucks. Third step. Trucks pass themselves off as archer metal detectors. That way, we discard those that have no metal, which are directly eliminated. Now, the metal that is tied on the roads is carried by the trucks to the treatment plant, where the following steps are performed. Fourth step. First, the rocks are crushed to facilitate the separation of the separation of ore and bergame. Fifth step. Finally, some more impurities can be removed by magnets or by flotation. It takes advantage that the iron weighs more than the rocks, or can be used detergents that stick to the iron and make it float. Now I am going to talk about the second process, cast iron or pig iron extraction. Blast furnace is used in this process because in previous section we got an iron concentrate of 70%. Therefore, it is enough. We need to remove even more impurities. The following is inserted into the blast furnace. Number 1, iron, coming from the mine or also from scrap, cars, appliances, etc. Number 2, coke coal. It serves to convert iron oxide into pure iron as it burns, provides furnace heat. Third, flux. The flux or melting is used in bike works as detergent. Finally, we move on the third most important process, which is that of obtaining steel. The steel is obtained by the furnace, converter, through an operation called refining. This system needs to do the following steps. Now, you need to have these materials to put in a converter and have steel. Number 1, pig iron or hot metal. Number 2, scrap iron. Number 3, flux. Number 4, oxygen. Material obtained from the converter is number 1, slag, and 2, steel. Casting process. To do this, the converter is partially drilled so that only the dross falls. Once the slag is eliminated, the converter is completely turned over to drop it. Still inside the models that will have the shape of the parts we want to get. Obtaining the foundry. Casting is an alloy of iron and carbon, although the percentage is 8 to the 0.76%. Smelting is obtained in a furnace called a beaker. What is obtained from the beaker? Number 1, slag. Number 2, gasoline. Finally, the slag is removed from the surface and the foundry that has remained in the bottom is poured into models ingots for the cooking. In conclusion, the manufacture of the steels is great of importance in the industrial field. Science with the different constructions can be made and relation taking advantage of age, property that have these materials. The incidents in the obtaining of the steels. We were able to see and to know the steps besides in some way the operation of these devices that help to the obtaining of the materials. The ration for the selection. Steels are of in high industrial application. Within types of the steels are fine special construction steels, stainless steels, high carbon and long carbon steels, among others. Thanks, it is all.